Okay, basically what we got here is a bee package. This is the queen cage right up here. They've been setting inside this hive so they get used to the smell of it. It's all set up. I'm going to set the queen down in here. I'll spray these guys down with some sugar water, and then I'll knock them down, pull the queen out, take the cork out of her cage, and cork it with a marshmallow. Then I'll hang her in here, and as soon as I hang her in here, then I'll basically shake these guys out. You can see this is a can of sugar water, so they're being well fed. It'll lose some in transit. They've been in this box for about 3 days. That's so they will bond to the queen. And I'm going to go put my suit on and bring my tools out and get all ready to go. And you can hear my neighbor's dog is all excited that I'm out here. So that's what's going on. We'll spray them down. We'll let them settle down a little bit. We'll pull the queen out and hang her up. And then we will, in fact, dump them in and have set a hive. Okay, first thing we're going to do here is just pop this top super off and just use that to protect them a little bit. You see them buzzing around here. You spray them down with the water. It slows them down a little bit, relaxes them, or just kind of keeps them from flying around as much. And in a second we're going to pop this feeder can out and try to get the queen out real quick and plug her and get her setting down in there. And once we do that, they're going to get a little bit antsy if they're too far away from her and can't smell her. They'll start looking for her right away. So we're not going to waste a ton of time. I'll spray them down real good, and then I'll knock them into the hive. But first we want to hang the queen so she'll decide to stay there, and they'll decide to stay there with her. So first thing we do, we're going to pop this can out. This might be a little bit of a trick. Sometimes it comes right out, sometimes they don't. This one's not going to be too bad. Now, what we'll do with this, to get them all off it, we'll give it a little thump. And of course, we'll drop the can back down in there. But see how most of the bees fell to the bottom? It makes the can much easier to get out. And a couple of bees, got one there still wandering around, but that's okay. She'll figure things out shortly. And she's wandering around. You can see the bottom of that can. That's the sugar water they get chipped with to feed. Now the big deal for me here, a couple bees escaping, is to get a marshmallow and stick it in there. Okay, I'm back, and if you look up here on top, you'll see some of these bees have kind of snuck out a little bit, and that's okay too. It's not a big deal, except that I only have one glove on right this second, and my goal is to get the queen out of here pretty quickly and painlessly. And then she doesn't like to be jogged around too much, but she's in there. You can see the queen. She's in there moving around, and she wants out. She's marked. You see a little green mark on the top of her. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's pretty cool. But she's ready to be out, and the bees are going to get nervous here shortly. You see a nice mark on her, and that makes her a 2014 queen, so she's a new queen. She's got a plug in the end. And I have to get that plug out. I'm prepared for that, however. So you have this. Now, things we want to be pretty careful here. We don't want her to get out, but she's ready to come out. Now, what we do is stick a marshmallow in there, and basically that's not going to stop her, but what will happen is she'll eat the marshmallow from the inside, and the girls here will eat the marshmallow from the outside, and that will release her. So she's very active, which is good. I'm very excited to see that. And very clearly marked green. So that makes her, like I said, a new 2014 queen. And she should be all mated and ready to go. So we'll hang her. Now, to hang her, all we're really going to do is put her down in the hive just a little bit with that twig. Next to this, there's one frame of comb that's a brood comb in there. And we'll point that down. And hopefully you can see that. Okay, so basically all I've done is hang her cage with a marshmallow in it. The marshmallow will come out pretty easy. I don't want it to come out too easy, though. I don't want her flying around without the rest of them close by. I want her to start laying eggs right away. So she's now in there, and basically what I'm going to do is dump the rest of them kind of right on top of her. Throw that other marshmallow in there and just let them eat that. Before I do that, I'm going to throw my other glove on, because this can be an unpleasant experience if they get antsy. It's a little bit, it's not cool, but it's not warm out either. It's just about perfect to do this. And again, settle them down a little bit. Just spray them down and keep them from getting too unhappy. And hopefully flying around too much. They're ready though. They've been in there 3 days. They know her. She knows them. They've been sitting inside this hive so that their smells kind of merge, and everybody should be pretty happy. So here we go. So there you have a nice pile of bees in a hive, and a few more of these guys. I'll lay them just down here in front, and they're going to move in and out all about happy. What I will do is, they're sitting kind of on top of the queen, and it's just cool enough so they're not really moving too much. I'm just going to brush them out and kind of push them in a little bit. So they figure out, they already know this is home, but I want to be able to put the cover on. They're getting a little stirred up. I'm doing this without any smoke. And there you go. They're clustering around the queen right away. So they're all about happy. They're starting to get the idea. We'll brush a few of these off the edge so we don't crush them. And there we go. Queen installed. So, biggie right now is they're moving in and out of the front. And they'll figure things out as they go. Basically, got a couple of stragglers left in the box, but they won't be there long. Got a couple on my on my hive and a few flying around, but like I said, they'll sort that out fairly quickly. I already got some coming out, and that's good. And basically they're installed. They'll have her out of that queen cage probably by the end of tomorrow, and I'll poke in there tomorrow and look and see if she's still in there. If she's still in the queen cage, I'll let her out. But I'm pretty sure that I put just like half a marshmallow in there. I'm pretty sure they'll be into her really shortly. There you go, one each set of bee package installed.